So here's my job for today. That coil is coming out. So what I'm going to do is take the coil out. You see the drain pan there. It's not big enough for that coil. See how they have the block sitting right up on the front of the furnace, and the coil sitting right on the furnace. So what I'm going to do is take the coil off, take that transition right there that somebody made that's not wrapped, take it off, and put a slab coil in. The drain pan is going to stay because there's nothing really wrong with it other than it's old, which is fine. It's just as long as it holds water, I don't care. So the drain pan is going to stay. We're going to put a new slab coil in, and I'm going to build a transition from the furnace to the coil, and like I said, get rid of all that junk there. The makeshift transition that somebody built. Get rid of that, insulate both sides of it, and get out of here. I'm gonna be here pretty much most of the day though, doing a coil change out. But when I'm done, it'll look like it's supposed to, I guess. So anyway, I'll keep you updated as time goes along. And then plus, you see the flue there. It's right in front of the way of the coil. So if you ever had to take the coil out, you gotta, which is no big deal, just take that off. You know, just take all that stuff off there, which is no big deal. But the slab coil will go this side of that. So if you ever had to pull the coil out, you'll be able to do it without taking everything apart. It'll be great. Alright, so I'm on the back side of the furnace here. As you see, there's the transition part. I've got the top of it off already. No S-lock. He did bend it, but as you see, the rust spot there, that's from not being insulated. So from here, from here to where it joined the old part, the old plenum, it wasn't insulated. So like I said, all this stuff will be, new slab coil, and then it'll be insulated. And I don't know, it just depends on where the slab coil sits as to where I cut all that off. I'm not going to try to square it off. If it's coming in, I don't care unless it's smaller than the opening. The opening of the slab coil. So if the piece is slanting in, you can see how it turns in like that. If it's smaller than the opening of slab coil, then yeah, I'll make it at least even with that, or the same width, the same opening size. But yeah, we just take some screws out and bust the mastic up, and then we'll just make it look like it's supposed to, kind of, as best we can anyway. Alright, so I have the coil in place, as you see. It's a big old thing too. Look at the bottom, I put heat pump risers right there. Hold it up. I did put a new drain pan in because the old one was only 36 inches and that coil is 34. No, I'm sorry, the old drain pan was only 30 inches and that coil is 34, so I had to go get a new drain pan. So now I just had to build transition. If you notice, I took the flue off. I'm going to redo the flue and come out with a 3-inch 90 and come up, and then do my 3/4 reducer, and then head over that way, get the attach it to the flue. The reason I had to do that was because it was going to mess up my transition. It was going to get in the way of my transition from the furnace to the coil right there. So it's in the 90s now. We're not worried about heat, so that's not a big deal. I can come back and do it at a different time. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my metal to attach the coil with. Alright, so I have the transition done from the furnace to the coil. I still have to make the one over there, but I'm getting ready to braze the line set in, or tie the line set in, so I can braze it, so I can get it vacuum cooled while I'm working on that transition over on that side. and then seal it all up. Vacuum's being pulled, seal it all up, and insulate it. Do the drain line, do my safety switches, so I can get out of here. It's hot. Alright, now that I've got that transition over here done, right there. I know it's hard to see, but it's there. Now I get to do this here. Stand back a little bit. It's back about as far as I can go. Yeah. So I get to cut it back here somewhere. And hopefully I have enough metal to do everything. So, what I found out was I can't save this thing. There's no way I can save it. It looks a lot better on camera than what it looks in real life. So what I'm going to do is just hack it in. I just don't have enough metal to make a transition from here over to here, all four sides. I just brought one sheet of metal, and that, you know, I use over half a sheet or a half a sheet on that transition. So I definitely don't have enough for this one here. So I'm just gonna hack it in, get them some cooling, and then come back and do the transition in the morning. It's gonna be cooler up here too, but I'll get them some cooling at night, so at least I'll have some air. I hadn't had air in about a week. It's hot. All right, so in order to get them cooling last night, it's a new day today. I actually just, as you can see, I just pieced it together. I mean, it looks like Swiss cheese. And actually, if I really wanted to, I could just insulate that sucker, tape it up, insulate it, maybe use some mastic, and get out of here. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna take this whole piece off right there. I don't know if you can see those two screws right there. Take those out, you know, take that whole piece off, and then build a new transition from the coil to that plenum, and I think we'll get a lot better airflow. He had said that even with what I just did here, the airflow was a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and start unscrewing all those screws that I put in last night just to get them some cooling, and start doing some measuring. And as you see up here, I don't really have a lot of room. I can't roll out a piece of metal up here. Torches, I left them up here last night. So I had to take a measurement, go outside, and then at least cut my length, and then bring that piece of metal up here and lay it right there, and then stand on the stairs and do my measuring. So, or I could do it over there, but then I can't really see a lot. So I'll just lay it on top of the furnace and do it, and I can't really see, so I'll just lay it out right there and then stand on the stairs and measure. So, alright, I'm gonna get to work. But it all starts with a flat piece of metal standing on the stairs of the attic. Pretty soon, this piece of metal right here will be up there. I have the bottom, the side, and this other side done. I'm just getting my last measurement from the top of the coil and top of the fly, and so I can cut it in. It's already cut. I just had to just get my last measurements so I can bend it up. But yeah, I'm glad when this one's done. Big old transition I just had to make. Alright, so it is pretty much done. Got it wrapped up. Got it wrapped up over there. I just had to run the fluke pipe and then do the insulation. It's chewed up there pretty good, and just pick up the stuff. But it's done. Put an SS2 right there. It's laying over there somewhere. But yeah, turned out pretty good. Homeowner said that they have more airflow now than what they ever had, and they've lived here since the house was brand new. So yeah, turned out pretty good. I'll be glad to get out of here. The only problem I had is leaking water a little bit, and I couldn't figure it out. But it turned out that where the suction line goes through the coil and the distributor tubes, they were sweating, so I just insulated those, and now the problem's gone away. But yeah, it's done, and I'm a happy guy.